It's like a digital magician, unveiling secrets of the blockchain with precision.
Mega GMs. Hey, there we go. Good morning, guys. Happy Tuesday. It's January 6th, and there's a whole lot of winning going on out there. Whew. Beautiful thing to see. Beautiful thing. And it's everywhere, man. It's everywhere. It's every sector of crypto. And I hope you boys and girls are part of that, have some winning stories. And if not, man, if not, in a way, that's a great sign that maybe we're just getting started. I'm kind of curious, too, and we're going to get to this quick. There's just so much we got to get to today, even starting with virtuals, where we'll kick it off today. A lot going on there. Are you guys playing right now? Like, are you playing? Are you locked in? Are you watching at least? But are you actually trading and playing right now? Because as hot as things look, it feels like it could be just the start. You know, the wins kind of start snowballing, and they bring that excitement. They get more players involved, and man, things can get real silly real quick. Are you trading? Quick GMs, Cutie, good morning, man. China, good morning. Bro, it's a hard one, by the way. Like, we were talking yesterday a little bit. My kid's been sick for like a month. It's just like that big lingering thing. Like, dude, a month. Actually, like, I think one of them like 6 weeks now. Gravity, good morning. Cat's, good to see you, brother. All right, we're live. You know, I'll do all the shills later. We got a big virtuals launch we got to cover. We need to cover, if you didn't see, boys, virtuals has a whole new, a whole new launch style, right? We got Pegasus, we have Unicorn, we now have Titan, designed to attract those big, well-funded teams already. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. We're about to see our biggest virtuals launches yet. I do believe that, by the way. I think we're going to see in the next 6 months, and I'd probably bet that it's more like in the next 2 or 3 months. I think we're about to see our biggest virtuals launch to date. And I'm talking like a coin that goes to 100. Iris got to what, 100 mil? I think we're about to see our first like 130 plus mil coin, 110, whatever. Let's just say all-time high FDV. I think we're about to see that coming up here in the next, couple of months here. Boy, exciting stuff. Now, here we go. Everywhere I'm looking, it's those stories we're used to seeing in the bull market. And don't be fooled. Everybody's telling you it's a bear market now, right? 4-year cycle's over. I'm betting against that at this point. I'm betting against it pretty hard. The white whale meme coin touched 100 mil. Exactly like we thought when things were slower even a week ago. And it's ripping, and it got as high as, 70-something mil. Even at 30, 40 or so, it felt different. It did. And we were saying back then, this is a $100 million coin. It officially is now. Officially. And did it touch it? Hang on, let's see. I just want to see if it actually got there. I think it did, though. Boy, you know what? I think 99-something. It just got there. But there you go. We've got it's our first 100 million runner in a long time. It feels like it, right? A couple months. Is this our first since like October? Let's say even before that. This is probably our best example of where we're at since, the October liquidation event, 1010. There it is. White whale. And I think it has much further to go. Let's see if the market will keep giving us this. But this is now setting that upper limit for us. The market's going to give us $100 million coins. Plan accordingly. And it's also giving us newer runners too, right? Okay. Pay no mind to the end of the chart. Or like let it be that cautionary tale we're used to. But this token 114514, newer meme coin. This launched a couple of weeks ago, end of December. Did it launch Christmas Day? Yeah, I think it launched on Christmas. And then the magic happens, within the past 48 hours. Mufasa, good morning, man. Yeah, dude. Cue the nick meme. Yes. Yeah, I wouldn't be sidelined much longer. And be cautious, right? I'm not super convinced, but I'm getting there. But new runners, we're getting new runners, and this is why you don't want to be sidelined right now. Be safe, but I don't think you want to be sidelined right now because things like this happen. And we start seeing those stories that really these are the things that really hook us. Somebody bought $676 worth of this coin. Crazy. Sold all of it. One clipped it, I think, but sold all of it for almost $250,000, guys. $215,000. These are the stories we see often here in the space. And man, if you were not unplugged, it could have been you. And I don't say that trying to get people, you know what I mean? Like not trying to entice people with like life-changing money, but it's true. It's just what happens in this space. Could have been anybody here. $600 into 200,000. And we'll see a lot more of those stories. If this continues, we'll see a lot more of those stories. I'm watching kind of for a changing the guard too. Of course, we'll follow the influencers, right? It's just what we'll do. But I'm still hoping, and I kind of think it might play out this way, that we have a little, I don't know, healthier, like more organic meme season. Is that wishful thinking? It might be. But I'm hoping people are being a little more selective and getting the good stuff, and we'll see. Fartcoin ripping too. Man, it's feeling like we're back. It's feeling like we're back. Fartcoin cooking. All those leading indicators are I mean, they're leading the way. They are. And now it's people watching for the next one. And there will be a next one. I love Min, right? All I want is a meme coin sub 10 mil with an S tier narrative. It's coming. I'm with him. I feel like there's another big meme play coming. Something that, like White Whale, actually could be White Whale. Something that comes from like nothing and turns into what? You know, the next 250 mil, 500 mil token, maybe bill. Will the market give us $1 billion coin? And right now what we're watching for is, because we got our $100 million coin. Can it hold it? But are we going to get back in the game with 250 mil market caps? Are we getting there? I'm not going to be surprised if that happens. And also, I'm not convinced, but like I told you yesterday, I was waiting for like evidence that we're really like, that there's wins out there and it's sustainable. And I saw them over the past few days. It's why I'm back in. I'm waiting for more to tell us this is something that's going to last longer too. But I think we should be playing at this point. We should. Again, it's not just meme coins, NFTs too. Punk's back over $100,000 floor. Thanks to ETH for looking so good, but also in ETH prices, Punks are actually up too. Great to see. Punk's back to $100,000 floor and leading the way for NFTs. And we'll come back to NFTs, check floor prices, but NFTs looking really, really good too. And so game on, guys. Game on. Where's the next opportunity? You know, we've covered a lot of what, especially yesterday, what I'm watching, where I think there's some opportunities. And that was not a comprehensive list. There's plenty in virtuals I'm looking at. There's some of the core meme coins I'm still looking at that I think still have a lot of upside. I think tokens like Hype are a perfect play right now. Hype's at what, like $25 right now? Hype's got another 2x in it, right? Like there's a lot of plays out there right now. The timing is awesome. Timing is perfect. Government shutdown maybe still coming. The tariffs, there's some things working against us, but and I am watching the Nick Shirley coin like a hawk, especially that, look, it got to like 3.9 mil, but especially that I'm feeling now this doesn't have far to fall. There's not a ton of downside on this one. Like we talked about yesterday, I think tons of upside. I think today's the day I get myself a big bag of the Nick Shirley coin. New video coming soon, right? I'm watching this one. I'm watching. And I think Gainesy's saying it like I want to, right? And I'm with him. I'm with him. I was here in 2017. I was not on crypto Twitter, so I didn't feel the energy on the timeline, right? But I was here in crypto in 2017. I was here in 21, and we were all here in 24. And I'll tell you, man, it does feel different to me right now. I did not feel this way in 2024. 2024 was like hopium, but I did not have any catalysts coming. I didn't have anything. I had no catalysts for the market to come and do something bigger and better. I didn't have any other than it was the cycle, right? It was the cycle. And so I thought the market would be up because of the cycle. I did not feel, in a way, guys, like unlimited potential like I feel right now. And by the way, the feelings I'm starting to get right now are the feelings I was saving for like more like next year, right? I was getting more with that idea that 27 is really the hot year. Still 26, I think, is going to be good, but 27 is when we get back to like silly times. I'm watching right now. I'm watching. I'm just saying what I feel right now. It's not what I felt in 24. And I know so many people who are sidelined. Guys, I know I chatted with a good friend of mine over the weekend, chatted with a good friend of mine who was full-time crypto, and he's completely unplugged now. He is not trading. He's not paying attention. He doesn't care. He's watching his portfolio and nothing else. That's it. Like, he'll just peek at prices the end of his, like, Bitcoin, ETH, Sol, whatever. He's not playing. And man, I think we've got a ton of those guys out there that we lost over the past 6 months that are very familiar with us. They know where the alpha is. They know where the community lives. They know the coins and the ecosystems to be watching. And the second they get that sense that this is actually back, they're back, because these are not stupid people. These are people who've made money in the space and want to make money again. When they feel like this is real, they're coming back. So part of why I feel right now is because I think there's a whole lot of people who are completely sidelined who will not be sidelined. Not much longer. Something's different right now, and we'll see. I'm waiting for that, like, one extra thing that tells me, like, for real, it's different right now. Right now, nice pump, all that stuff. I'm being cautious, but I'd be watching real closely. And a lot of this does have to do the Venezuela thing, which is also not a sure thing. It's pretty damn scary. Man, we're going to switch over to virtuals. I want to look at the newest launch that's happening there, Hyperbet. It is the best launch of the past few weeks, so I want to see how that's going to do. But we need to get into the Titan token launches, what that's going to look like. But guys, of course, like, if you've been watching every day, if you're new, tuning in, we do this show every day, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern time, right over here on Slam Nation X. Hit the like wherever you're watching, guys. We're live there. We're live on Abstract. We're live on Zora. We're live on Kick, Retake, YouTube, of course. In fact, head over there, YouTube. It's Crypto Slam over on YouTube, and subscribe over here. And follow us at Crypto Slam IO. Also, this is what I'm watching for exactly. I don't totally trust this pump. It's great if we're back up to the, let's say, upper 90s, and I don't know what the next level is, 97-ish. That's where things start getting interesting. We watch, but I'm not sold on it yet. Like I said, I'm being super cautious, but I would be starting to make some bets right now. I would. Go to ethoswarm.ai, guys. I'm going to shield this every show because this is something I really believe in. Really believe in it. I spent all day yesterday playing with it. And like I've been saying for the past week, I think it's special. I know it's special. I know it's unlike anything else I've used before. AI tools, but just in general, special. And I can't wait for you to get your hands on it. I can't wait to tell you and show you, but you're going to get it the second you touch it. I know this. The second you touch it, you're going to feel something magic. I'm very excited about this thing. Anyway, ethoswarm.ai, join the waitlist. More on that very, very soon. Genuinely very excited for it. Can't wait. Okay. We have Hyperbet live on virtuals right now. Went live 15 minutes ago. This is, and we covered it before, but this is the AI casino. I think that's the best way to put it. Casino games that you can brand. I think you can even create the games. I think you can create your own style of, like, little casino game, brand it. They may all individually have their own coins, but you can monetize your games. But again, you use AI to create these games. I think it's a really interesting idea. Heard the Hyperbet team now on the Big Will and Goon show twice. And look, I like a lot of what they're saying, and I'm still, like, spidey senses here. I'm not convinced about this either. There's so much fuckery in the like gambling arena, right? There is. So I think you're right to be, like, a little cautious with this one. But in, like, up only mode, you can have, I mean, look, you can still win on I'm not calling them a scam, by the way, but I'm going to say the word, but I'm not calling them that. You can still win on scammy things. Now, I want to be really clear, not calling them that because I don't think they are, or especially I don't know. But I'm pretty damn sure you got to play here. So heads up, tokens live because it just launched, there's a huge tax. If you're to buy tokens right now, like if you were to buy right now and you, I don't know, spend $100 on it, you're getting $17 worth of the token. Every minute that passes now, the tax drops 1% till it gets all the way down to 1%, right? So we have about an hour and a half till this settles at 1%. But what's great is you can see what basically what price you're buying in. Okay. So if you're buying now, you're technically buying at a like almost 7 mil FDV. But I'd be watching this. There is a sweet spot here that this rips. Now I hear some predictions for the coin. And I like them, right? That this coin's going to be around a 5 mil FDV. Well, 5 mil plus, and I like that take. I do. I think that's what the market's going to give us for a decent launch. And by the way, I hope they're better than decent. I hope it's phenomenal. I think what has me like a little cautious about it is it didn't feel like their game plan was like totally locked in at the start, right? There were some things they're tweaking and they're saying some of those words like revenue sharing for me sometimes is a red flag. Even if it shouldn't be, it is. Because we've been burned a lot by projects who kind of promise that, you know, there was enough said that has me like, let's watch and see. Now this drops to like 2 mil FDV, 3 mil FDV, which I don't even know if it can, but I may be buying there right now. I'm not. I'm going to sit. I'm going to watch. One of those things I'll use to gauge the market, and I want to gauge the team. By the way, I would love to get them on the show. I should get them on the show. But we got to watch. We got to watch when we have a really, really, it's a more solid launch than we've seen here in a minute. So keep our eyes here, guys, as we get through the show. If any of you are watching, I'm sure some of you are. Let me know how it's going too. I'll try to flip back to it as well, but I'm really curious how high this can go. In fact, I'll say this. I think today the virtuals market, I think it could give us a 10 mil FDV on a new launch. Even something like this, where I think a lot of people feel like me, right? They're kind of like, wait, watch, see. I think it can give us a 10 mil FDV on something like this too. Plus, they're going to buy back tokens. So we'll see. I kind of think this has got quite a bit more than 5 mil in it. So we'll keep our eyes on it. Anyway, 81% tax right now. So, hour and 20 minutes till it settles. And so we'll circle back. Wow. I mean, the virtual's looking really solid right now. Repo 43 mil, reply just over 7. It's looking really solid right now. Yeah, I do like they tweaked some of their launch mechanics, right? Yeah, they were going to be buying, pushing this to basically 6 mil FDV. They're doing it much, much lower now, or much less, actually, I think. So I like it. I'll say this, too. The team on the show yesterday, I liked what they were saying yesterday more than that first time. So we'll see. Like, cautious with that one, but we'll see. We'll see. Darn, I was tempted to do a choose your own adventure for today where we head next, but if we're on virtuals, I kind of want to stick on virtuals. We'll get to like Bitcoin, broader market here in a moment, but big deal, big change yesterday for virtuals. And we've been there every step of the way, right? Covering the different iterations of Genesis. And we were there when Unicorn launched, and I've loved every single launch style. Oh man, cats, that's the biggest thing, right? Virtual token being up so much, and man, virtual tokens looking spicy. I'm starting to feel very, very bullish on virtuals. And I'll say it probably mostly because of the Titan announcement yesterday. So we've been there every step of the way. What's up, Picasso? Yeah, PRXVT. We'll get to that in a minute too. Yes. Yeah, relaunch. In fact, it's on the board for when? In 15 hours, almost 16 hours, PRXVT. Remember, they had their staking contract compromised and not good stuff. So we'll check. But yeah. I've loved every iteration of virtuals. Maybe the second version of Genesis, it wasn't as great. Look, I didn't have fun with points, right? Might just be me. But I didn't have a lot of fun with points. I just didn't. And especially that second, iteration of it. Anyways, Unicorn, I think, is great. Unicorn is still, I believe, is going to be the primary way projects will launch. But now we have Titan. And Titan, man, is really interesting. Titan is designed for established teams. funded teams, teams that have some money to work with. This is different. This is them attracting like big players. Like I'm seeing ICOs coming out there that are, you know, pre-sales are at like 20 mil FDV, whatever. This is attracting teams like that or bigger. This is really, really spicy. I think we're going to see some monster launches. We'll get some details about how it works, what it looks like, but this is a big one. Yeah. Kevin, good morning, man. Yeah, good old Lakeland. Good. Yeah. Titan, for projects that meet a high baseline of readiness, this is all about funding. But let's get to those main points here. A minimum launch valuation of 50 mil. Like, we're not playing like the, solo dev. We're not playing like the small fries. We have a lot of those in virtuals, and a lot of them are great. God damn it. I'm so tempted to see why Magneto's trending. I got to do it. I have to. I'm sorry, boys. I'm sorry. Look away if you don't want spoilers. Okay. All right. I had to look. 50 mil FTV is the minimum launch valuation. These guys are attracting some of the big players. I think they should put out there too that it doesn't. Look, you don't have to have an AI agent to launch on virtuals. I think they should put that out publicly to be like really, really clear about that. You don't need an agent to be on virtuals. And I don't think of this as an AI agent launch pad anymore. And I think other people still do, though. You can attract some really interesting projects I think people are really clear about that. I think. But 50 mil plus, imagine that, a token coming out of the gate, valued there. The teams also have to put up $500,000. $500,000 worth of virtual, by the way, which is awesome. That's where it gets spicy. That's the kind of team they're attracting, teams that already have funding. This is some of the bigger players at this point. $500,000 worth of virtual, which is actually very interesting for the virtual token too. And there is no, like we're seeing on Hyperbet and the tax rate that's declining. Like, it doesn't happen with the Titan launches. Titan launches launch pretty much already matured, right? It's already at a 1% tax, so you're not going to sit and lose some of your tokens. Especially mice. Mice saying point systems aren't popular, and especially a point system like that where they keep changing the rules, right? Like, it's not great because you might put the time in and learn the system and figure out your game plan, and then a week later the game plan's totally changed. Yeah, I get why they did it, but it was never dialed in right. Other than the beginning of Genesis, it was dialed in pretty good there. I love this though, man. Teams choosing Titan commit capital up front. They accept higher expectations around transparency, liquidity, long-term participation. Yeah. I'm there. I think this is a milestone for virtuals. I do. I think this is a big milestone moment for them. And I think this is exactly what they needed to, take it to the next level. I think all of us were probably on the same page. We thought the biggest launches were still ahead of us, right? That was betting on the market being much hotter, but it was betting that big teams, really, really like that next level team, probably something like a Repo, would come and launch on virtuals. Well, this now like opens the door to them. This is like laying down the red carpet for them. Big deal. This changes a lot about virtuals. Again, 50 mil valuation at least, $500,000 worth of virtual put up. No bonding curve, tax at 1%, right? All these, it's great. So here's the thing too. Yeah, I think they should be more clear about that, Cats. Virtual's pivoting away from AI agents, Cat said. And and they had a while back, I believe, but I think they need to actually say that. I think they should say that. Not say like we're abandoning, you know what I mean? But it's like, it's not just AI agents. This is for, and then lay it out. This is ICM, and it's always been ICM. This is just if you have AI powering your platform anywhere. And in fact, I don't even think they should do that. I think it should be anything. Any product, even if you have no AI in it, I still think they should open it up to that. But if they want to just say it has to be AI, great. That's fine too. But this is a big step. Yes. Now that cat's nail on the head right there. This is being set up ahead of something else, right? And that something else, yeah, it's like that new batch of hackathon winners. Like, yeah, maybe one of them comes out like this. I'm not sure. At least the projects I looked into, none of those felt like a 50 mil, none of those felt like a $50 million token. And I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But we know that the robotics projects are coming. And Virtuals announced a whole bunch of partnerships in robotics with some really like quality teams too. This is a setup for exactly that. Yep. It's the robotics projects are going to come in, launch tokens, and those are going to be valued at 50 out of the gate. Yes, I think that's exactly what's happening. And so my gut's telling me in the next like week or two, and I'll just say maybe by the end of January, we have our first major robotics launch on Virtuals. And I have a feeling it's going to cook. Vader might be, man. I don't know if it's just my feed, right? My timeline, but I don't see Vader tweets ever now. And like I don't see anybody's. I don't see Cat's tweets. I don't see anybody's here. So that could be my feed, or maybe Vader's not posting. I don't know. But yeah, we're about to see some big robotics launches. And I'm here for it. Still not sold on it entirely, but I'm watching because if the other people are right, it could be massive. So we'll see. The robotics crypto back over $1 billion market cap. Dig it. I dig it. I'm just seeing if Sammy's got any big points here. Yeah, I don't know. The robotics thing is going to get very, very spicy, and it's mostly going to be happening on virtuals. That virtual token's really spicy to me. Really spicy. And Ethermage putting out this post too. 4% of virtual supply is locked. That's just not staked, right? But in the LPs, right? How do you get it to 20%? Now, this is big brain stuff. I love this. Get it to 20% by requiring those teams to put up $500,000 worth of virtual in that LP. If this takes off, man, they're going to gobble up that virtual token supply. They are. And they retweeted recently too, their goal. They've got the, in the their DAO, right? Or their governance, platform. They've got the proposal there to fund their own team when they hit milestones, $5 virtual, $10, $20, whatever, right? So at this point, these guys feel really motivated to get there. This is probably their best way to get there. Dude, Cutie, I can't wait to go back and watch that, man. I saw the Lego announcement, which is cool. I can't wait to see what else they've got. Cool stuff, man. Cool stuff. $2 next. Yeah, we're going to hit it too. We are. You can feel it, right? You feel that energy. Unless we get like Black Swan event, I'm still like, at any moment, we got some things out there that could really cause a problem for the market. And that again is the Clarity Act. It's the tariff stuff. It's government shutdown. And now it's Venezuela stuff. Right? So there's things working against us still, but it's gambling time. It is. And then, existing established projects also updates, but like this stuff is, I don't want to say doesn't matter because it's not how I intend it, but matters a lot less than some of the new stuff coming out. Like Solace has got finally their hardware coming out. Don't love it. Don't love it. And normally if a team, I guess, had comms like they do, I would really not be a fan, but they're college kids too. So I'm going to give them, like, that doesn't apply to them. These kids are grinding. I don't love how this looks. I remember early on the website, you could play with the agent interface and talk to it. And it didn't do anything for me. I thought it was kind of weak. Maybe it's a lot better now, but would love to be wrong about this too. But yeah, I don't know. Something about this I'm not loving. But we'll see. Rooting for them, rooting for everybody. Even PRXVT, I think. I don't know. My spidey senses are really tingling about this one. Not in the good way either. Not in the good way. But they're relaunching after that, staking contract compromise here. But that launches in 15 minutes. I don't think you get to buy, right? It's just the token relaunching on a new contract. I don't think there's any, actually, why don't we peek at tokenomics real quick? And then we are going to circle back to AI after. I do want to check token prices. If I go to tokenomics, what does that look like? LP, airdrop, ecosystem airdrop, team 20. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think this is the team just buying up those tokens and maybe not buy. I guess I don't know. But remember that token's already out. I think they're just launching a new token, airdropping it to the community here. If any of that's wrong, by the way, guys, like drop it in the chat. I'm curious, but yeah, I think that's what's happening here. And so tomorrow we'll see how that does. Compare the market cap before and after too, like old token and new token, whatever. We'll see. All right, broader market here, and Bitcoin looking great. It is. It is. We're certainly heading into that next range. I mean, we're there now, but yeah, Bitcoin over 94K. Love to see it. Need to hold this. We really do. We need to hold over what, 92, 93. But 100 might be in play sooner rather than later here. In fact, like if we avoid the government shutdown on the 31st, that's one of those things that gets us probably to 100 if we're not there already. If we have a surprise and the Clarity Act does look like it's going to pass, again, another surprise. That is something that I think moves the market. I believe the Clarity Act not passing is priced in at this point, for the most part. ETH at 32, almost 3,300. Love it. Ripple 239, BNB 921, Solana 142. Solana looking great. Wow. Solana's up 15% in the past week. Ripple's up 28%. Dude, amazing. Man, Smokey, Jim, man. Good to see you. Over in ETFs, Bitcoin. Big day yesterday, 697 million inflows. I know it. Smokey loves Solana. He always has. He's been our Solana bro. That's our Solana bro. ETH, 168 million inflows. And then let's check Solana ETFs, which, by the way, there's a big one coming. A new big Solana ETF coming. Big one. Solana, 16.8 million inflows. Good stuff. It's big numbers for the Solana ETFs. But again, Solana's got a big new ETF coming. That's coming from Morgan Stanley. This is a $6.4 trillion asset manager. Huge. How about that? Solana ETF incoming. That it's going to do some numbers, man. That's going to do some numbers. And but it's the year. I know last year was the year of ETFs. I mean, yes, we're going to see some awesome ETFs launching this year. This is the year that Pengu ETF should launch. Ripple ETFs and Litecoin ETFs and ETFs for everything. In fact, maybe we start getting some NFT ETFs. I'm more bullish on NFTs than most people. Like I'm pretty excited about what NFTs look like right now. Like down freaking bad. Down so bad. Like no believers left. That's where I want it. That's where I want in. But Tom Lee, like, it's hard to take his take seriously, but also, got a lot wrong last year. I don't think a lot of people got last year right. Luna did. I think like the traders got last year right for the most part. You know what I mean? Like the traders, I think, got it right. But Tom Lee calling for 250K Bitcoin. Look, if it happens, not shocked. I'm not betting that. I am betting all-time high for Bitcoin, though. I am. I don't think that's crazy this year. 250K, I don't know about that. Oh, Hoods, hang on. Let's see. Because you got that big old tax hit. So you chucked in $1.36, but you got, let's say, probably like, this math is probably terrible, 70 cents worth. Am I mathing somewhere right? Yeah, we'll just say ballpark, 70 cents. Do you have some upside there to 4? Let's say it happened right here. You got some upside. You could 2x that. But here's what's tricky, Hoods. If this gets to basically a 10 mil FDV, you're even. You need this because the tax hit. You need this to be like a 15 mil or 20 mil FDV to be, in profit. 15 mil, right? Anything above 10 mil, you're there. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. No, I love that. Hey, anything's possible. I'm not I'm not there. I don't think 250K. Again, if it happens, because I'm the guy who believes Bitcoin's going to a mill by 2030-ish, right? I'm that guy. So yes, 250K is going to happen. Is it this year? Don't think it is, but you know. 43 cents. All right, so then you need this at like 12 mil to break even. Let's see, dude. I'm fingers crossed, dude. I'm rooting for you. Also, by the way, I think Hyperbet you can make because you can make branded games. I think, and they're partnering with content creators. Like maybe we can get a Slam Nation themed like casino game, slot machines, something like whatever those games look like. I'd be down to explore that. Man, institutions buying 76% more Bitcoin than miners produce. I love these kind of charts. Like anything that shows me that people are back in and buying. And I've seen charts out there too. I've seen other charts out there that long-term holders are accumulating now. Love seeing that. Love seeing that. But yeah, it does feel, man, I don't want to say rounded a corner, but I don't know. I don't know yet. I don't. But I do know everybody's coming to crypto. I know this. I'll tell you this too. Here's a good way to tell you where my head's at. This is a good way to get where my head's at, right? Beach ball underwater, right? I don't actually believe that's what's happening right now. I don't. I think that happens later on, especially if we hang around these prices or we do what I thought we would do like early this year, which is kind of trade sideways and maybe like trend down. That's where I start feeling like it's the beach ball underwater. We need some of these other dominoes to fall. We need to get those announcements of retirement money coming to crypto, right? Those things happening while price staying kind of flat, that's the beach ball underwater. Right now, I don't think it's this. I don't think it's that. I don't feel the pressure building up. But I think that's what's loading up. The longer we stayed sideways or trend down, the more that is the beach ball getting held under. We're not there yet. And I hope I'm wrong. I hope we are there now, but I don't think there's liquidity here yet. Jumping back to AI real quick, just to look at token prices. AI market cap, 6.39 bill. Man, I'm curious to see this. Sparkcoin especially. Our top agents by market cap, it is Fartcoin back over 450 mil. Love seeing that. Tibber, Toshi, Turbo, and Rect. Really thinking about getting some Rect. Over in infra, it's virtual up 30, almost 35% in the past 3 days. And then FET, DCAI, Pippin, MWXT. And then in DeFi, still the one area I think is like ripe to be disrupted. I really believe at some point, hell, we could be still a year out from that. But I think we're going to see those trading agents that, man, are some of the top tokens in AI. Why wouldn't they be? We got Venice on top, Cortex, Banker, Olas, and Griffane. And quickly looking at Mindshare, we got Fartcoin. Yeah. Warp, Virtual, Opus, and Elsa AI. Cool stuff. Now, Creator Bid. Look, I've heard nothing from Creator Bid in a minute now. Like nothing. Crickets. And dude, after the Titan announcement, I don't know how they're in the game. Like, I don't know. They may be close to not being in the game. I'm not sure. But Virtual's got everything covered. They've got traditional token launches, like fair launches. They've got, Unicorn, which is still a fair launch. Little more gamified, kind of. And now with Titan, like, Virtual's got everything covered. Where does Creator Bid fit in? I don't see a fit for them. And I kind of maybe still don't, but we'll see. We'll see. I want them. I want that competition here. But we get an announcement from them yesterday that they're changing everything. And I don't know what this means, by the way. And I've never even really understood I never understood how their, platform worked. I just know when I dug into it, was learning, and it's not crazy complicated. But even when I saw it, I'm like, okay, yeah, it's interesting. But I have trouble seeing them compete. Let's see what they come out now. Let's see what they have now. Yeah, like, I want them to stand a chance because I want that competition. I think virtuals needs competition, but I don't know what they can do at this point. But let's see. Maybe they got something up their sleeves. We'll see. But anyway, killing everything. The old staking model, the whole token launch model. They're killing how you access the launch pad, the incentive, mechanism. Zyber's gonna be sweet. Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what creator bid. I'm not feeling super optimistic for them though, which, still rooting for them. Over in NFTs, boy, we had a low day a few days back, 5.9 mil. Crazy. Yesterday, 9.3 mil though in sales. Sellers fell under 10K. Is that real? I'm gonna wait and come back to this and see if those numbers update. But yeah, I have a feeling they're not. I think this kind of it can fall behind with how it processes. I imagine we're higher than 9 mil. But I'll tell you this, for the weekend, I bet you these numbers are most actually, I'll say this, those might be right. As I'm trying to sell NFTs over the weekend, right? I was trying to sell stuff and buy stuff, and there's nobody accepting offers, nobody, try like I could feel it. Nobody was around. So that might not be crazy. So expect this to I think yeah, I think we see those numbers up big actually in the short term. Anyway, transactions up, average sale price down, and trade profits 1.2 mil in the negative. Yeah, cats, I need to get my head wrapped around Zyber more. But dude, Zyber's engagement's ridiculous. Look on X at their tweets, like man, off the charts engagement. It's organic too. It's wild. Anything standing out here, NFT wise, and more like traditional NFTs. Infinex is interesting, right? They got their TGE coming, and I don't know if their NFT gets you some kind of multiplier or something, but I do know I've seen some price action on those NFTs. I think we'll get to that pre-sale here in a minute too. Oh, good shit. Yeah, Jonah's cool, but yeah, Zyber's looking interesting. Dude, big X copy sale yesterday. Raoul Palbot. Love it. NGMI number 1-1. Nice piece. Well, I think this was like a $600,000 sale too. I think it was that big. I think like 600 grand. Wild. Wild. I'm bet on art. If you don't buy into the NFTs, if you don't buy in the PFP meta or whatever, like I get it. I totally get it. But I would not fade the art narrative. When you got guys like Raoul Pal and Canvas and these guys that have like that different kind of money, like they got that fuck you money. I would do not fade art. I wouldn't. So that X copy sale is up in here. In fact, why don't we peek at that? But just peeking at floor prices here, get a feel for where we're at. And NFTs maybe pulling back a little bit, but Pudgy still over 5 ETH. GVC up to 0.6, got to 0.62. Love that. I'm still trying to maybe work my way back there. We'll see. Milady's up to 1.25. Love it. Would love a Milady still. Yeah, I don't know. Feels like NFT's cooling off just slightly though. I don't think that little pump has won, people back. I don't think that's what's happened. But I do think if they keep this up and hold these prices, I do think they'll start winning NFT guys back. Okay, here's what we watch for. We watch for a guy like Katz going back and getting an NFT. That's what we watch for. I imagine Katz is going to say no chance, like not doing NFT stuff. That's what we watch for. Is Katz finally diving back in? That's our indicator. We'll see. We'll see. He may not, but we'll see. And then over on the Bitcoin side, again, looking pretty decent. Node Monks, 0.025 Bitcoin. Puppets, I love them here still, 0.013. These Playboy NFTs. Yeah, I'm watching for you to do more than just that one, though, Cats. Like, I'm watching for you to, like, kind of get to collecting or trading or, like, getting, like, a little more degen with it. That's what I'm watching for. Like, most guys I know are not touching NFTs. They're done. NFTs are like an old meta. They're done. They're never coming back, Yeah. I'm watching. I think some people are going to come back. I do. Shout out to Bananakin. I know we talked about him very recently. He's got a great new collection. And I didn't know. This fucking sucks. I didn't know his cancer came back, man. So like Bananakin's back in like treatments, getting chemo, which freaking sucks. I remember when he beat it. A couple years back, and I thought it was done. I didn't know it was back. But awesome dude, put out a great new collection. Like this dude is so freaking awesome. It's cool when you've been following guys for years and you see how much they grow, and he wicked is. I'll show his collection too. It's great. Here we go. The Brain Trust, which is a collection he has. I think they're 1/1s. The side quest is different. It's editions, 50 individual pieces, but 5 editions each, and they're awesome. These are so cool. Oh, dude, and a lot of these are sold out, huh? Yeah, man, these are great. 0.025 ETH. Yeah, they're awesome. Good way for him to probably keep his mind off that shit too. I feel sucks. Sucks he's back at that. This one's great. Probably gonna get one. Anyway, shout out to Bananakin. Awesome freaking guy. X-Copy a collector of his too. A lot of the like crypto artists, like those good old school crypto artists, fans of him. Luke, what do you think of the upcoming exquisite I don't love it, dude. I need to look at it more, but I don't love it. I'm kind of like I've cooled on Harto for like pretty big. I don't know, stuff just doesn't resonate with me anymore. It used to, and I'm trying to think if I was forcing it back then, and I kind of think I was. I don't dislike him either, but it probably just means I need to give it more time, right? But like, man, it's just like, kind of like a Jack Butcher or Snowfro or whatever. He just has so much stuff. For me, it starts to become like a turnoff where I don't want to spend money. And then for me, skin in the game, what keeps me interested. So if I'm not going to spend money, I'm not going to, look at it much. He's just got so much stuff, which also is fine. Andrew pinged me. Andrew tagged me here asking what I thought about the Playboy collection on Bitcoin. Andrew won't like what I have to say about it because I don't like him at all. I don't like him. I don't get him either. So like 100 Playboy covers, and I think it's fine. It's one thing if Playboy is inscribing them, right? It's another thing if it's like random dude taking covers and inscribing them. I think it's different. I don't love it. Doesn't mean you can't find collectors because you clearly can. Here, I don't want to have this up. Yeah, it's just not the same to me. I don't love it. And the comparison of the Supermons. Well, the difference with Supermons is there was like an artistic rendition of Pokemons, right? So it was like it was a different output. It was like a little more creative. If this is just, and maybe I'm wrong, maybe these actually aren't like the originals. Maybe there's like an artistic, change to these. But if it's just somebody takes the cover, inscribes it, I don't get it. I don't see it. I don't see value there. And I think our last NFT story here. It's NFT Paris, man. NFT Paris. So we talked yesterday. They are not putting on their NFT Paris event this year, and whatever their RWA event is, like, not happening. Dude, we found out that they're not refunding, well, people who bought tickets. So if you bought a ticket to go, no refund, which, boy, that sucks. But they're also not refunding their sponsors, man. Their sponsors, the people who were putting up the money to make this thing happen. Well, it didn't happen, and they're not getting their money back. Somebody's got to, like, some of you are probably like businessmen and women. Explain to me how that works. Is it because they took the money and they spent it on non-refundable stuff themselves, like rented out like conference hall and venues and whatever? Is that probably what it is? That would make sense to me, but that feels not great. That feels kind of shitty. Feels like if they booked those things, they should have had, like protection themselves, right? Like NFT Paris should have. NFT Paris should have had, like, if something happens, you keep a percent. Weird. Sponsors are out all their money. Who's going to sponsor an event like this now? I don't know. This feels like kind of feels a little more damaging to the NFT like conference circuit. No refunds to sponsors, man. That's crazy. Yeah, like there's no chance they ever come back now, right? It's got to be like a whole new management team or whatever. Like there's no chance that team as is comes back. No chance. Who's gonna work with them? Who's gonna sponsor? Who will buy a ticket? That's crazy. That's crazy. It will be a very old time before I collect NFTs again. But if I do, it'll be art. Art NFTs make sense. Yeah. Yep. Fair take. Fair take. All right, quickly, let's bounce back to Hyperbet. How are we looking? Notice the higher the token gets, the lower the estimated FDV goes, right? Again, it's all about the tax. So this is where things start getting interesting, right? Okay, you buy now, you basically need this to be at 8 mil FDV to break even. This is where it starts getting interesting when we start playing the game. Because I think this could hit 7 or 8 mil FDV. So we're much closer to the point that if you buy now, you break even. I'm watching. Oh, and by the way, if you're new here and you're wondering why that wouldn't be a 2x, it's because you're spending half your tokens, you're paying a tax. I'm real curious about this one. While we're here, just want to see if we have anything new on the board too. Let's see. I still want to check Flip Royale. Maybe we got a minute to do that. Let's see. Yeah, nothing else. Man, I really think we're about to see some big launches show up here. Also, are they going to show up right here with the rest? Or do they build out another section for the Ooh, yeah, I wonder if there's a whole new landing page that's for the Titan launches. Right? You would think they want to have like a dedicated page for those, like a whole separate section that looks a little more like premium. What do you guys think? New page? What do you think? By the way, go to ethoswarm.ai, sign up. Sign up, boys. I hate to keep like just saying the same thing because I can't say much about it, but I really think you guys are gonna love that. Like I'm really sure you're gonna love it. Okay, nothing else going on here. Why is Mr. Tariff meme going crazy? Dude, give me FOMO here. Boy, I don't know. Feels like it feels like we need to be really dialed into memes. They're so brutal. Like we've all had meme wins where it's like you get it. You've seen how quickly you can make money on them. And then you've had, well, what happened here? You've been in those ones that are absolutely like insanity. You've been up thousands and then lost it all in an hour, like yeah, Cats, I'm with you. Yeah, I think they need to have a whole separate page, and I think they should even redesign it to like look like virtuals, but make it look like premium, make it look classy, Yeah, I hope they're not lumped in with the unicorn stuff. Winzy Yawanawa over 3. Dude, you know what, Troina? But throw offers. I saw offers getting accepted for like 1.9. In fact, you know what? Whatever. We got a couple minutes. Why don't we just vibe for a few? But Troina, when I was getting a little spendy, I was really tempted to throw an offer here. I don't want to be fully like I don't want to. I want to be liquid. You know what I mean? I don't want to be all in on NFTs right now. I think that'd be a mistake, but was definitely tempted to throw an offer here. Oh, you know what? Wow. Yeah, okay. They're looking to right. These sales are like all new. I saw like a 1.9 and 1.9. And those were this year still. So I'm like, okay, 2 ETH offer could take it. And I bet it still would. I bet it still would. But I think those are yeah. I think Art's gonna do something real cool here. Man, what do we think are other NFT collections that are like opportunity? What do you guys think? And let's say specifically art. What NFT like art collections? What do you think's like under the radar? What do you think's got like a ton of upside here? When's the Yawanao feels like? I'll say this Chromie Squiggles might be. Chromie Squiggles are still at 3. Interesting. Ooh, man. Do people ever let these go cheap? Could I ever get. Wait, what? Dude, look at that. Dude, 2 squiggles. 2 squiggles just yesterday. $111,000 each. Damn, dude. Luke's bags. Yeah, Luke, pick if you had to pick one thing, what would it be? What's the floor on here? 2.8. Man, I would love a squiggle. One single art collection or whatever. I might go like a William Mapan. Well, of course, I'm going to go Beeple, right? I might go with some William Mapan thing. Maybe even his like Genesis piece on Tezos. That still might be a steal. In fact, god damn it. I'll look at this after, but I need to go look at his pieces. I need to go look at his Tezos Genesis piece. What's the floor on those, man? Hang on, I'm looking. Boy, FX Hash's site is not easy to use, man. Okay, for sale. 1,700 Tez, which is what? How much is 1,700 Tez? Are you shitting me? That's like am I mathing right? Like $900? Interesting. Real interesting. Boy, that's kind of tempting. All right, I'll look at that later. That's really tempting. Garden Mollish from oh my god, hang on, another good one. That's a great shout. And he's a perfect example. He's like disappeared, right? And at some point he comes back. I'm assuming at some point he's back and creating and like and there's like there's a lot of like excitement around his art. 4,300. So we're talking just a little over $2,000 for a garden monolith. We're talking not even an ETH. Right? We're talking like 0.7 ETH for a garden monolith. Man. What do offers? Boy, I may have to do something here. Does Zankin have something new? I need to peek at Discord, dude. It's been a long time. I need to check in there, man. Yeah, that's a bummer. He had some big changes in his life, but he's just the sweetest guy. He is. Well, I got to come back to that. I do not think it'd be crazy to go art shopping on Tezos. Okay, couple quick things, and we are out. And this is just things to be watching for, and at least just look ICO meta here for sure, right? So keep in mind, guys. Coinbase is going to have their next ICO coming. I don't know what it is yet, right? But Coinbase is going to have another ICO. We had Monad. and whatever's next. It's probably coming really soon here too. So be on the lookout for that. We have a Trove ICO coming. And look at this. Trove has got, people are talking about Trove, 20 mil FDV. We're talking a project, we're talking on Virtual's Titan projects that are 2.5 times bigger than that. Right? These are launching at 50 mil FDV. There's some big launches that are probably coming to Virtual. It's going to be really spicy. Really spicy. And also then keep in mind, okay, here's the play. Here's the play. I think this is the play. Staking virtuals for your airdrops, right? We probably got to crunch some numbers, but you get free tokens for staking virtual. I think the farming thing is just too much work, and I think it's gamified. I don't think you have a chance there, but staking virtual, you get these airdrops, and these tokens are launching at 50 mil. Well, here's a good example. And again, you'll have to math this out, right? But let's go to repo. Let's go to repo. I have what? Let's see. This is just from an airdrop. I have like $200 worth of virtual staked, right? And I get, this is at a 44 mil FDV. So launches on Titan will be higher. Okay, that is $14. I have $200. It doesn't apply to Titan. God damn it. Well, there goes the thesis. All right. Scratch it. Don't do it. That would have been too awesome, man. Because, right, if I have $200 worth of virtual staked and I'm getting $14 for a launch, I'm like, well, man, we need, 15-ish launches for me to break even. But it doesn't apply. Okay. Dude, the Denza would be sweet. Yeah. All right, scratch all that. So then watch for ICOs. Trove ICO coming. Interesting. Fogo TGE's coming. I know some people who farm that. I hope they cook. And like, look, Choose Rich Nick and what's his name? Pio and Clemente interview with that team, the founder. That's going to have some energy behind it. That's going to be pretty interesting. And then all the FUD about Infinix, which is really interesting, man. This one's really interesting. Right? They changed their pre-sale. At the same time, there's prediction markets. That's what's up, Cutie. Here, I am very certain you're going to love it. I've been showing some buddies of mine, like these are like my IRL friends, like my closest friends, and I've been showing, and they're also shocked. Like my reaction is their reaction, and also I've used it more, and I'm even more shocked. Like I know you guys are going to love it. For me, it changes everything about AI, which is a pretty bold statement, and I stand by it. Yeah, there's just some fuckery here with the Infinix thing and the poly markets about, does it reach a certain market cap or do they sell out, right? And dude, there's some fuckery here. Maybe. And by the way, they still haven't raised enough. And you have the team coming out and they're betting they're going to get all the way there, which means are they going to crime it? Do they know there's a buyer coming in last minute? Right? Something like that, right? This is the Infinix founder, I think. Is it the founder? Yeah. Founder Infinix. In case you're inclined to continue trading against this sale closing, I want to be clear. The sale will close. I'm 100% confident. Best risk reward in crypto right now. Dude, come on. Okay, now we got to go look at Poly Market because this might be free money. Oh, maybe not at this point. Oh, maybe. I don't know. That was kind of interesting, though. Let's see. Titan launch teams get to completely customize their tokenomics, including don't have to include airdrops. Okay. God, I hope they do it though. Just like win over community. So they could opt in. They could opt to do that. I wouldn't hate having more virtual. Wouldn't hate it. All right, one last check-in with Hyperbet, and then we're out. Let's see. Okay, 3.8 mil FTV, 34% tax. Okay, now this is where it gets interesting. Yeah, let me think here. Try to math in my head. Yeah, I mean, if this gets to what, like an 8 mil FDV, you are definitely above break even. You're in profits there. Sweet spot for me, I'll say my target is like 6 or 7 mil, and I would like to be 2x there. That would be my dream scenario. 6 or 7 mil, and I'm at 2x. Which wouldn't be here, I don't believe. God, now I can't math it. I can't math it. But that's what I'd be looking for. Yeah. Kat's good point. Yeah. Staking it means any value your virtuals gains is not yours for 2 years, man. So, all right, hit the like on the show. Remember to subscribe to Crypto Slam on YouTube. Most importantly, go to ethoswarm.ai. The most important thing. And soon I'll share why. Soon I won't even have to. Soon I won't have to. Soon you're going to get to try it, and you're going to get why I'm talking differently about it. Right? I love our website. I love our Copilot. I love our wallet DNA. There's nothing we've done that I think is as special as this thing that's coming. I think you'll see why. All right, boys. Have a great day. Back tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern time. We'll check in with Hyperbet. We'll see what's cooking in the market. I have a feeling there's a lot. But I hope your day is awesome. We'll see you later. Goodbye.